Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now, Jacksonville police are asking for your help in finding a man of interest in a theft. Police say the man in the photos is a person of interest in a theft that happened in the area of 331 Western Boulevard, which is a strip mall in Jacksonville. Now, the man police are looking for is described as being around 40 to 50 years old, approximately 200 to 220 pounds. He has salt and pepper goatee and was last seen wearing a black Harley-Davidson t-shirt with orange letters, tan khaki pants, and a black baseball cap. Now, police ask that you call the Jacksonville Police Department at 910-938-6529. You can find that number there at the bottom of your screen, or you can call the Jacksonville Crime Stoppers line at 910-938-3273. Again, please give police a call if you recognize this man. And now the Kerr County community is asking questions of its officials after recovery and cleanup efforts continue over the massive Texas floods. Matt Roy has more from Kerrville, Texas.
I got some information on housing after
A neighbor checks in days after the disaster on the woman known as Pearl. Early Sunday morning, Pearl thought her partner was dreaming.
Larry was going, there's water in my ankles. Larry, go back to sleep. It's just a dream.
But it was actually a nightmare. Pearl, Larry, her granddaughter, and her diabetic brother all escaped. But this is what's left of her home, and she had neighbors washed away to their deaths. Pearl's only warning of the flash flood, a call from her cousin in San Antonio.
Told me that I better go tell my neighbors. I'm like, what? And then all of a sudden everything just happens really fast.
County and regional leaders have been questioned the last 2 days in 2 contentious press briefings on who did what to warn neighbors of the raging floodwaters and what can be done the next time. But Pearl isn't sure anything can be.
Millions of people that are all asleep. Who's going to be listening to their phones at that time of the night?
Would sirens help?
Well, I'm sure it would.
Gail Luberman can see the searchers from her front yard, reminding her of how she learned of the floodwaters.
Neighbor pounding on the door.
What'd they say?
Get up, get out. I said, okay, fine.
Do you feel like you had enough warning?
Oh, there was no warning. No warning. And I can't imagine anybody being able to predict something like this.
And she refuses to believe that anyone had the information about the flooding and didn't pass it on in a timely manner. Meanwhile, Kim Wheeler is soaking items in bleach while the rain falls again. And family helps to gut their rental home. She worries about alert fatigue.
I don't know what could have been done differently. Warning systems, sirens, we get the flash flood warnings on our phone, but, sometimes it's like we get them too much. And so it's like, do you listen? Do you not listen?
And again, that was Matt Roy reporting. We want to turn our attention now to your weather forecast for today. We are anticipating a little bit more rain showers over the second half of the day than what we're going to be seeing in the first. But already, again, noticing we've got some thicker cloud cover out there than what we had yesterday. Right now, along the Neuse River in New Bern, looks pretty sunny, but clouds are present. 82 degrees right now, feels like 89 thanks to a 76-degree dew point. South-southwesterly winds currently coming in at about 7 miles an hour. Today will end up being another breezy day, but it's going to be the rain that really steals the show. Not seeing a whole lot out there right now, but anticipating more rain once we get into the second half of the day. You'll start to see maybe a few spot showers pop up around noon. And then those spot showers will again expand out into larger downpours and potentially even some thunderstorms. Current air temperatures right now reading in the low to mid 70s for some of our more northern counties. We've got 76 degrees in Rocky Mount, 75 in Ahoskie, 73 in Roanoke Rapids. But as you head further south, you run into more of the low 80s. 81 degrees right now in Kenansville, Kinston, and Greenville. We've got 82 in Plymouth, Washington, New Bern, and Jacksonville, along with Oriental. Hatteras and Manteo, 83 currently in Edenton, Swan Quarter, and Beaufort. Now, as we head into the second half of the day, your feels like temperatures or your heat index will be significantly higher than what you're seeing right now, but currently it is feeling warmer than, of course, what our air temperatures show. And a big reason why is humidity is high, mid to upper 70s for your dew points across the area. That is a tropical air mass that again is here in eastern North Carolina without the presence of a tropical system. We are just again feeling the effects of this southwesterly wind. It has been with us all week long, and it's kept that humidity high after Chantal rolled through. Now here's what we've got for this afternoon. Highs likely getting into the upper 80s, but then coming down as we see those rain showers and thunderstorms gradually spread and develop across the east. South-southwesterly wind, again, holding steady overnight tonight, means that the humidity that we're going to see will likely hold into tomorrow. But we should start to see some improvements through the day tomorrow. Here's what we've got around 2 p.m. Again, rain very much present throughout eastern North Carolina. Everyone is going to be getting rain at some point today. It just looks like most of those points are going to be in the PM hours. And we've got another round of rain rolling in on Friday, another weak boundary that's going to try to pick up on some of that leftover humidity from what we're going to see today. And then over the weekend, we're back in the low 90s, maintaining a chance of a few pop-up afternoon showers and storms. And then as we head into next week, we've got our eyes on another frontal boundary that right now looks like it's going to be coming in around Wednesday, but we may see that front try to speed up or slow down. So there's still certainly some uncertainty with that part of the forecast there from really Tuesday, Wednesday, into Thursday, when it's the heaviest rain going to arrive. We know there's going to be thunderstorms each and every one of those days, but the question is, again, when is that front fully going to move in? Well, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I do want to quickly answer Dominique's question, though. How severe are we looking in Jacksonville, assuming just regular summer thunderstorms and nothing spinning? Dominique, you are 100% right. This is a very slow-moving frontal system. We're not seeing the amount of lift necessary to support those widespread severe storms, and spin is not going to be a part of today's forecast. If we see anything severe, it will likely be strong wind gusts out of a few select thunderstorms, but even that risk is very low. In fact, just going to double check Storm Prediction Center. Make sure again, yesterday, yeah, we are in a, out of a 5, we're going from 0 to 5, we are sitting at about a 1 in terms of severe weather likelihood. It's possible, but it's certainly not likely, and it's certainly not something that we are really all that concerned about. If anything, again, really happens with this system, I think it's going to be ponding on the roadways. That's going to be a little bit more problematic. But again, nothing super crazy, just quite a bit of rain. The problem is our grounds are already saturated, which again brings in that very low chance of maybe some ponding on the roadways, especially areas that do suffer from poor drainage. That's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update. Again, we'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Thursday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.